everyone teaching on the program has already taught online before, but we are in very good hands because there is a lot of expertise there, and there will be help available for the instructors who haven't done it before, but of course also for everyone who is now starting the BED with us. So I'm very confident that the learning experiences that you will have on the BED will prepare you very well for the world of practice once you start your practicum and later on enter the profession. So I'm sure that my colleagues will use all their ingenuity and expertise to deliver a top-notch program for you. I would like to say a couple of things just about the teaching profession itself and on the rewards that it brings. Now, we all know that being a teacher offers several material rewards like nice holidays and a stable salary, some prestige and status that come along with being a teacher. But there are also, more importantly, non-material or spiritual or perhaps internal rewards that come along with being a teacher that are really worth mentioning, I think, at the beginning of a BED program. As a teacher, you will have the opportunity to interact on a daily basis with a lot of people, students, parents, and colleagues. And that will offer an opportunity to make a real difference to the lives of individual students. And not only to the lives of individual students, but also a difference on a more strategic level, in that you can really influence school culture and how students are taught. When you first apply to our BED program, you might have realized that we have two concentrations or areas of emphasis that run like constant themes through our program. One is sustainability, and the other one is Indigenous education. So while as teachers, we have little influence on the public school curriculum in terms of what is taught, we can teach in a way that is informed by our own philosophy of practice and our values that can emphasize things like social justice and equity, and through approaches that highlight the environmental, social, and personal sustainability and well-being of every person. And it is the greatest reward that comes with being a teacher. And the greatest award is really to, on a constant basis, to feel that what you're doing is worthwhile. Knowing that you have some agency, that you can shape the role of a teacher and influence teaching and learning on a broader scale. So I think you've chosen a wonderful career path. I wish you much success now with your first term on the Bachelor of Education program. And I know that you will be joining the next 16 months with us. And I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, Carolyn. Really appreciate that. Some great words to remind us. It's a wonderful day in our lives as we prepare not only to be university students, but to be preparing to become professional teachers for sure. So we're going to move along. We're going to do some introductions of our faculty and our staff. And then we're going to hear from our teacher liaison librarian, Kathy Chisholm, is going to give us a little bit of information about accessing materials through the library at this time. And then we're going to get a chance to hear from you. So I'll probably pass it over to Robin to kind of facilitate the student introductions, just a little word from each of you, and to hear something from you. And then I'm going to take it back and talk a little bit about this online learning that Carolyn has alluded to, that this is new and unprecedented in a way. We hear that word a lot these days, but certainly. So I just want to talk about online learning and the expectations and having realistic expectations. And then we're going to move on to a Teams meeting space and breakout room demonstration with Dr. Rob Power. Is going to take us through and show us what a team meeting could look like, although we're kind of in a team meeting now, but we'll get a sense of how we can break up into groups and those kinds of things. And then we'll finish off with some general information from Robin about Moodle and open up the floor to your questions. Okay. So without further ado, perhaps we can hear from our faculty and staff. You can just tell us who's in the meeting space with us and share a little bit about themselves. So I'm going to start with that person I can see right on my screen here, Dr. Sandra Jack Malik. If you would take the microphone, Dr. Malik.
Good morning. My name is Sandra Jack Malik, and I am coming to you today from the Mohawk Territory, Tyendinaga, Treaty 3.5. I came here for a couple of weeks, and now I don't know when I'm going to get back home. I keep checking with the provincial police, but still I don't have the green light. I teach English language arts and ESL as well. I'm delighted to be welcoming you today. I'm really looking forward to be working with you. And I wanted to extend a warm welcome to the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandra. Really appreciate that. And I'm sure you're enjoying some time with your family and your extended family during these times. All I see is initials on the bottom there, so I know Eleanor is with us, so maybe Eleanor could jump in and introduce herself. Do we have Eleanor?
Sorry, forgot to unmute my microphone.
You're having a great conversation with yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. My name is Eleanor Bernard. Good morning. I'm very happy to be here with you today. I'm excited. This is my second online course on Moodle, and I look forward to teaching diverse cultures. And my main area will be new education. So I'm from Eskasoni, and I also work in Wahamatcook School. So I look forward to meeting everyone and hearing about your new experience as a teacher. Well, all y'all.
Thank you very much, Eleanor. It's great. Dr. Power, we have Rob with us. Sure he is.
I am here. Thank you, Patrick. Before I do a quick introduction, I did post a little chat message to you, Patrick. It looks like you had mentioned that you're recording the session, and I got a notice in the chat box saying that the recording had stopped. So I've downloaded that few minutes and started a new recording, and I'll piece the two together and upload it to YouTube. So we've got a complete video of this morning. Just want to make sure nobody who can't make it this morning misses anything. So welcome everyone. As Patrick has said, my name is Rob Power. I guess I am faculty-wise the newbie in the faculty. I've only been with the Department of Education at CBU since January, although I have been teaching with them for several years now, teaching some of the courses in the certificate and master's level programs. I have been an educator since 2001. Actually, my first week teaching, we kind of got disrupted, similar to what we are right now, by the events of 9/11. And that is what threw me into tech education, because my students were all separated from us at school, and I started using tech to communicate with them and share resources, and fell in love with it then. And it started a 20-year career path now. And I have been participating in online courses and teaching online courses since 2010, 2011. My specialization is in instructional design for online learning and using mobile technology. I also have a passion for digital accessibility issues. So that's what I'm bringing into the faculty, and I'm looking forward to teaching and working with some of you in 4108 this term. The Leveraging Technology for Education should be a very fun experience. And I'm also working closely with a lot of your other professors this term as we figure out Moodle and especially Teams, because we're all new to using Teams. So please be patient with all of us. We're as new to using some of the tech tools as you are, and we're still figuring things out. And I'm sure we might be able to leverage some of your help along the way too, if you have any tech advice or any strategies or tips that might work. Yeah, and I think that that pretty much covers it. Robin has already gone through some of the advice for you on how to manage things here in Teams right now and how to get some of the options. When it gets up to my point where we're going to go through some more of the working with breakout rooms, I might have a few more little tips and strategies that you might find really helpful as the term progresses.
Great. Thanks very much, Rob. That's great. Is Kristen with us?
There we go. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kristen. This is my 4th year at CBU, I think. Prior to CBU, I was a high school teacher and vice principal actually it was in New Brunswick, and then I did the international school experience, I guess, the Middle East and in Asia, which is definitely a rewarding path. So that brings me to CBU. I teach the secondary social studies methodology courses, the French methods courses, and then a course in the fall called the Professionalism Series that many of you probably heard about in your interviews that everybody will be in. So I'm excited for you all to be here. It's definitely different, but I think Rob's been our fearless leader in tech learning, and I think that we'll be able to really not miss a beat with putting these courses online. So I look forward to meeting you all virtually, and then hopefully in September in person.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you. And it's Kristen O'Rourke. She doesn't just go by one name right now, although that would be really cool. Thank you very much, Kristen. That's wonderful. Dr. Lynn Levat. Is Lynn with us?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Can you see me good? You can hear me?
Yes. Yep.
Hi. Well, thank you, and welcome everyone. We're really looking forward to having classes start next week, and like Rob had mentioned, we're learning as we go along, but I'm sure everyone will adjust accordingly. I'm from Sydney River. And I've been with the department since last March, and I teach the inclusive education course. So I'll be your instructor next week. And I also teach adolescent learner course. I have 4 kids, and I'm also president of the Cape Breton Down Syndrome Society. I have a passion for inclusive education as well as undergraduate in health and phys ed. So health, wellness, phys ed are some key areas that I'm interested in. And I think that's probably it. Like I said, we're going to move along with the tech piece and the breakout rooms. And Rob has been wonderful with helping us as instructors as well as our students too. So I look forward to starting next week.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Lynn. Appreciate that. And the glue that keeps us all together is Robin. I can say most people probably have had contact with Robin, so maybe you can just introduce yourself.
Oh, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. We're very excited to welcome you into the program today. My name is Robin Neal. Most of you would have been getting lots of emails from me in the last couple months. So I am the manager of the BED program, and I'll also be your practicum coordinator as well. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, my audio cut out there. The tech is still something that we are working with. And like I say, I'll have a chance a little bit later to go through some of the important reminders for things for the program and talk a little bit about how the program will flow from your first semester on through to the end. And we are very excited to be able to offer this alternative format for the spring-summer semester. And we look forward to you beginning your classes and helping you along the way in your journey to become an educator.
Wonderful. Thanks very much, Robin. Is there anyone I'm missing? I don't know if Megan is joining us. Megan is our teacher education manager that you may see around the department. I'm sure she's joining us here, but she's the other person that rounds out our small but mighty department. Is there anyone else that I may have overlooked?
I am actually here this morning, Patrick.
Wonderful, wonderful, great. Now we can put a face to a name. That's great.
Yes.
I didn't want to leave you out.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I just want to say good morning, everyone. As Patrick mentioned, I do take care of our education diplomas and the Master of Education program. So I might not see you very often at this point, but still very happy to be a part of the department and want to welcome you all as you start your Bachelor of Education program.
Great. Thanks so much, Megan, and happy you could join us. Very welcome. Okay, so we'll move on to a person who's very important to our department, who works just next door to us in our beautiful library, who has great information and expertise to share in all things education when it comes to resources and accessing important documents, those kinds of things. And that's Kathy Chisholm. So Kathy, if you could bring a few words of introduction, that'd be great.
I will do that. Can you hear me?
Can hear you, yes, loud and clear.
Okay, excellent. Hi, everybody. I'm coming to you from my kitchen table, and this is a whole new learning experience for the librarians and our staff as well. We do have an advantage in that much of what we offer, regardless of the fact that our library is physically closed now, much of what we offer you is electronic. So we have hundreds of journals, hundreds of professional publications, ebooks available to you. And your task as student teachers will be to learn how to harness the resources available to you. And I will be there to guide you along the way. Because the electronic access is essential, the one piece of information I'm going to share with you today is that your remote access credentials is your email address and your birth date. So CBU webmail credentials, password, birth date, YYMMDD. This is how you are going to access these wonderful databases and other electronic resources. So do go in and test prior to meeting, and if you have issues, be in touch. I also want to share that I am available to meet with you, and Robin is making information about the various resources easily accessible to you through your communication. Robin, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to your communication piece as. I'm going to coordinate with Robin in the next few days and schedule 3 to 4 information sessions that you can voluntarily attend. And we will spend half an hour to 40 minutes reviewing the various resources that are available to you, and I can respond to your questions. And you can also book individual appointments with me, and we can share that information as well. So I think we'll leave it at that. I am going to stay online for the student introductions. I'm very happy to have this opportunity to meet you. And then I will bow out to prepare for another meeting. But Patrick and Rob, I am coming back to the recording. I want to learn more about the information you're going to share as well. So thank you very much, everybody. And I'll just wish you all the best and be in touch. That's the most important information I want to share. I am here to assist you.
Great, great. Thank you very much for that, Kathy. We appreciate
You're very welcome.
the introduction. All right, wonderful. Okay, we move on to the student introductions, and I'm going to pass this over to Robin. I'm not sure if you have a way of moving through, you know, as efficiently as we can, just to hear from everyone.
All right, so I think what we can do. Oh, sorry, Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say the easiest way to handle this, Robin, would be for you to click on the participants list instead of the chat icon, and then just work your way from the top of the list to the bottom and call on the individual student.
All right, that sounds good. So I've
done this.
Pardon me?
I've done this a million times, so that it's the easiest way to pass the baton.
All right, so if you're wondering how to get the participant list up so you can see the kind of order of operations here, it's that taskbar as well. It's the icon that has the two individuals. You click on that, and that will show you a list of the people that are in the meeting, and it's organized alphabetically by first name. So what I will do, I will call on people that are in the list, just going down right from top to bottom. If you would like, you can turn on your video. You can say a couple words, who you are, you know, where you're coming to us from, what stream you're in, if you're an elementary pre-service teacher, or if you're intermediate secondary, and anything else that you want to share about yourself. If you're having trouble with your microphone, or if you're not interested in sharing your video, that's fine. You can even just put maybe a little note in the chat, and just you can just say hello to us. Just say hello in there. So we'll start off with Adam. Are you there, Adam?
Yeah, I'm here. Glad to be in the program after quite a long journey to get my Bachelor of Arts degree. Took me 25 years. Worked in the tech sector and worked in trades for the last 20 years, and decided it was time to stay home in Cape Breton. From Glace Bay, I'm in the intermediate program with tech trades and social studies. So if anybody needs any tech assistance, I'm here to help as well.
That's great. Thanks, Adam. It's nice to see you. All right, next we have Alana.
Hi, I'm Alana. I'm going to be taking the elementary program, and I'm super excited to get started and hopefully meet you all in September.
Thanks, Alana. All right, let's see. Next we have Janice.
Oh, hi guys, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi. I'm Janice. I'm from Wagamama. I live in Member 2 with my husband and kids. And I'm going to be taking the secondary program.
Thanks, Janice.
You're welcome.
All right, we've got Ashley.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley and I'm enrolled in the elementary program. I've been working as a recreation therapist for the past 4 years and I'm excited for a change and looking forward to meeting you all.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, Bethany.
Hi, I don't think my video is working, but my name is Bethany. I'm from Sydney, so not too far from the school. I'm the youngest of 8 kids, still living at home currently, and I am enrolled in the elementary education. Super excited to work with kids and hopefully see you guys all in September. Thank you.
Thank you, Bethany. All right, next we've got Brian.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brian. I am from Glace Bay. I'm enrolled in the secondary stream, and I am very enthusiastic to get started, and I'm really enthusiastic about teaching theater arts later on in my life.
All right, thanks, Brian. Let's see, next, Cortland.
Hi, everyone. Yes, my name's Cortland. I'm originally from British Columbia, but I'm currently living in Ontario. I'm enrolled in the secondary program and focusing on the social studies there. I'm very excited to, start this journey or further this journey in education. And I'm very excited to kind of meet everyone in person, hopefully soon, and get out to Cape Breton. I'm an avid rugby enthusiast and canoeist, so I'm excited to go to Cape Breton and explore some of the waters out there. Thank you.
Thanks, Cortland. Yes, we hope that that will be able to happen very soon. All right, Daniel.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Dan. I'm from Sydney River. I'm enrolled in the elementary stream, and I just finished my BSc at CBU.
Great, thanks, Daniel, or Dan. Emily, are you there?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm doing the intermediate secondary program. I'm very excited to get started, and I am originally from Sydney, so pretty close to home.
All right, great, thank you. And next we've got Emma.
Hi there, my name is Emma. I'm from Sydney, so again, pretty close. And I am enrolled in the intermediate secondary stream, and I just finished my Bachelor of Arts at CBU.
All right, thanks, Emma.
Thank you.
Next, we've got Flora.
Hi, everyone. My name is Flora, and I am currently living in London, Ontario. I'm going to be in the elementary education program. And I'm really excited to meet you all and can't wait to start.
Thanks, Flora. All right, next we've got Heidi.
Hi there, I'm Heidi and I'm from New Waterford. I'm enrolled in the secondary program where I'm focusing in English and social studies, and I can't wait to get started.
Thank you, Heidi. Next up, we've got Jacqueline.
Hi, my name's Jacqueline. I'm originally from Sydney. I did my undergraduate at St. FX 10 years ago, and then I moved abroad, and I just got back this summer, so I'm excited to go back to school here at CBU. I'm in the elementary program, so looking forward to meeting everybody at some point.
Thanks, Jacqueline. All right, next up, we've got Janelle.
Hi, everyone. I'm Janelle Osborne. I'm in the elementary stream. I live in Coxheath with my husband and 2 children who are in grade 4 and 7. I'm looking forward to starting the program and hopefully getting to meet everyone in September.
Thank you, Janelle. All right, Jordan, are you there?
Hi everyone, I'm Jordan. I am currently living in North Sydney with my family, and I'm enrolled in the secondary program with French and English.
Thanks, Jordan. All right, next we've got Katie LeBlanc.
Hi, my name is Katie. I'm from North Sydney. I'm in the elementary stream, and I'm excited to finally take this program. My experience has been with teaching Montessori education, so I'm really excited to expand my horizons and meet all of you and learn lots from all of you.
Thank you, Katie. All right, next we've got Katie Erickson.
Hi, my name is Katie Erickson. I'm from Sydney. I just finished my bachelor's degree at CVU, and I'm enrolled in the secondary program. Thanks.
Thanks, Katie. All right, next up we've got Kirk.
Hey everyone, my name's Kirk. I'm originally from Glace Bay, but currently I live in Coxheath. I spent 9 years out in Alberta, 7 living there, and then the last 2 traveling back and forth. Finally moved the family home, and really happy to be back in Cape Breton, and finally something I wanted to do for a long time, but finally gonna start the BED and become a teacher. So really looking forward to meeting everyone.
All right, thank you very much.
Sorry, I'm in the intermediate section as well.
Perfect, thanks. All right, next we've got Lainey.
Hi everybody, my name's Lainey. I'm from Sydney. I'm living with my parents at home. I'm in the elementary stream, and I graduated from CVU from the Community Studies program in 2018. Can't wait to get started.
Thank you, Lainey. Okay, next we've got Maggie.
Oh, hi everybody. I am Maggie. I live in Sydney. I am in intermediate secondary, and I spend my free time stage managing at local theaters.
Thanks, Maggie. Okay, next we've got Marissa.
Hello, everybody. My name is Marissa McIsaac. I'm enrolled in the elementary stream. I'm from Glace Bay, and just as everyone, I'm just as eager to meet you all and can't wait to learn with you. Thank you.
Thanks, Marissa. All right, we've got Melissa next. Are you there, Melissa? I think Melissa may be having a couple little technical difficulties. Maybe you can pop back in or send a little message in the chat there.
I'm not seeing a mic icon next to Melissa's name, so it looks like she doesn't have any audio connected right now.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, Melissa. Okay, we're going to move on. We've got Michaela next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michaela. I'm from Coxheath, and I am enrolled in the elementary stream. I'm just graduating from CVU now with my Bachelor of Science degree, and I am really excited to get started.
Thanks, Michaela. All right, next up, we've got Michelle.
Hi, can you hear me? Oh, okay, I don't know if you can see me yet, but I'm Michelle. and I'm in the elementary program. I'm really excited to do all these introductions. It's nice to actually see people. So I'm living in Sydney with my husband and 3 kids. So I'm excited to get started with the program.
Just want to mute your mic.
There we go. All right, thank you. So next we've got Morgan.
Hi everyone, my name's Morgan. I'm from Northside East Bay. I'm enrolled in the secondary program with French and biology.
Thank you, Morgan. All right, Natalie, are you there?
I am. Just give me one sec. Oh, wrong thing. Hi, I'm Natalie. I did a Bachelor of Arts and Community Studies degree as well as a Bachelor of Science Nursing degree at CBU and graduated with both in 2018. I worked as a nurse in the maternity unit for a year, but ultimately my lifelong goal was to become a teacher. I just moved into a new house in Howie Center during this quarantine last month. So I'm excited to see what happens. I'm in the elementary stream, but I might see some of you in the intermediate French because I'm doing that as well. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Natalie. All right, next up we've got Patrick.
Hi,
Hi, Patrick.
my name is Patrick Bernard. I'm from Mamacook, and I just graduated with a BA degree, and I'm joining into the intermediate secondary section.
Thanks, Patrick. All right, next up we've got Rachel.
Hi guys, my name's Rachel. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, which is where I'm currently living with my family. I'm enrolled in the elementary stream, and yeah, just super excited to get started.
Thank you, Rachel. Next we've got Riley.
Hi, my name is Riley. I'm from New Waterford. I'm enrolled in the secondary education and social studies, and I can't wait to meet everyone.
Thanks, Riley. Okay, next up we've got Rory.
Hi, I'm Rory. I'm from New Waterford, and I'm in the secondary, the second education, and I can't wait to meet everyone.
Thank you, Rory. Next up we've got Sally.
Hi everyone, my name is Sally. I'm from New Waterford. I graduated in 2019 with a bachelor's degree with a major in psych and communications. I'm in the elementary stream and I can't wait to see everyone in September.
Thank you, Sally. All right, next we've got Scott. Are you there, Scott? Okay, Scott, if you want to say hi in the chat, you can type something in there.
I think it might be working now.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry, first time. Can you still hear me?
Yes, you're good. Yeah, we can see you and
All
hear
right.
you.
We currently live in Ottawa. I graduated at the University of Ottawa in economics, and I will be joining you as a secondary in the secondary program to teach mathematics and social studies. And I really look forward to building a community of support with all the other students. We have a Facebook group if you want to join, where we can all help each other and lean on each other, hopefully. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Scott. All right, let's see. Next, we've got Stephen.
Hi there. My name is Stephen Bursey. I just graduated from Wilfrid Laurier University with a Bachelor of Music, and I'm in the secondary stream, and I'm coming from Port Stanley, Ontario. Bye.
Thanks, Stephen. All right, Sydney, are you there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Just a little bit. It's a little quiet.
Yeah, my mic isn't very good.
Okay.
Hear me at all?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm Sydney, and I'm living in Sydney right now, but I'm not from here. I just moved.
Oh, you cut out there for a minute.
Maybe you can post in the chat, just say a quick hello.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Valerie.
Hi guys. I'm not sure, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Valerie. Like mentioned by my husband Scott, we currently live in the Ottawa region. I'm enrolled in the elementary stream and I have a background in social work.
Thank you, Valerie. All right, and now we've got Whitney.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Whitney, and I live in Newfoundland. I just finished my Bachelor of Arts in Social Cultural Studies, and I'm doing the elementary stream, and this is all I've ever wanted to do, so I'm so excited.
All right, thank you, Whitney. Is there anybody that I may have missed on my list here? Anybody want to jump in? Anybody I may have missed there? No? Okay. Not hearing anyone. Thank you very much, everyone. It was very nice to be able to see some of you and hear you and get to know a little bit about you, where you're joining us from, and we look forward to learning more about you as the program goes on. I'm going to pass it back over now to Dr. Howard, who's going to talk a little bit more about some online learning expectations and some tips and tricks.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Robin. And thanks for jumping in there, everyone, and taking a minute just to share what you're doing and where you are. And we're scattered, we have a lot of people that are close around the area here, but we have people across Canada. So technology is going to be a key to what we're trying to do. So I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes, and points that I'm going to be making have been alluded to in other people's conversations. So I'm just going to share my screen here, and see if we can get this up and running. Beginning, we'll try that again. Okay. All right. Is everyone seeing a PowerPoint slide with a single bullet point and welcome?
We're seeing it.
Good, good. I'm always pleasantly delighted when it works. And this, of course, as we'll see, and Dr. Parr will talk more about this, this is actually how we could present in our own classes. We've got a huge number of people on Teams here now, And I'm just going to walk through some single points that I want to make that kind of pick up on some expectations that we have. As we know, we hear this word, the new normal. There's very little normal. It's new, but it's not really normal what we're going through. We are still in most of the provinces in a time of health crisis and a pandemic with physical distancing and states of emergency. It's only a few weeks ago that we got the green light to move the program online. It seems like a long time, but it's been only the 1st of April. So we've been really responding to a crisis. And as a department, we've been working really hard. We do have some in-house expertise, and people have taught online before, but we're doing this to ensure that you get an opportunity to start your program, your BED. As many of you referred, it's a lifelong dream, and it's where you want to go with your careers and your next steps. And we also want to be able to have our second-year students come back and finish their program. So we really want to pull this together in ways that will be of most advantage to you. That being said, we really don't have, people are talking about seeing each other in the fall, and I really hope that's the case, but we really don't have any information at this time. Decisions are being made in accordance with the government health directives, and as soon as we know, we'll be passing that on, and hopefully that won't be too long. So that's really where we are and how we got here. It's very much in response to an unprecedented situation. So I just want to talk a little bit about what we're going to need as a group. And I'd love for us to bond as a group and really take on a certain attitude and perspective. And we're really going to require a kind of a flexible mindset as we adjust to new realities. Classes may not continue seamlessly. There may be glitches. We saw some little glitches here, but I'm really pleased to say this is working this morning. And these glitches will be both for instructors and for our students. So how we learn, how we do our assignments, how we submit our work, all of that is being redesigned, and we're working within these constraints of time and technology. So that being said, we know that there's going to be higher levels of anxiety for folks. Starting a new program is stressful enough. There's a lot of unknowns. We have instructors and students working from home, self-isolation. You may be caring for children, homeschooling them, partners that could be essential workers. You know, you're trying to work yourself, perhaps. It's just a whole range of personal situations, and it can all seem overwhelming. So I just want to let you know that we realize this, and this is why we all require a commitment to flexibility and accommodation. It's a time really for working together. I think of learning together. We talk about it in the BED program of instructors and teachers and students as co-learners. Well, this is not abstract anymore. I think it's very concrete. So to the point about communication, and it's been referenced here already, Kathy mentioned it about being in contact. Communication is going to be really important. And I believe Scott mentioned a Facebook page. So students and instructors, we all have different levels of ability in using the technology. So helping each other, supporting one another. And I believe Adam mentioned that he's a tech person as well. So we need to kind of pool our resources and really be there for each other. Try not to be invisible in your courses. As you know, there's a huge list of participants here. It's easy to kind of, be on the fringes, but I'd really encourage you to connect with your instructor or through email, participate in the discussion forums, ask questions, reach out to your peers. Consider other ways to connect, social media, informal groups, anything that will help you to build those relationships during this time when we can kind of gel as a group and provide that support for each other. And finally, on this point, I want you to be kind and forgiving of yourself and others, and same with instructors, that this is a time when we really need to kind of pull together. That being said, organizing, it's a different way to learn. You organize your day, you organize your space, whatever that might look like in your own homes, and living with parents or living with kids and finding room to get to the computer and all those kinds of things. There are a lot of technological apps that you can use that are in your Microsoft program that comes with your package with CBU, calendars and reminders, and any way that you can help to kind of organize yourself in your own home situation. And again, if you experience difficulties, reach out to your instructors. Keep those channels of communication open. The technology, as we know, will always be something that can be our friend, but sometimes it can seem like a foe as well. So we'll be accessing all different types of technology depending on what we're using. The CBU help desk is really, really important. Those people they're really good to respond. I found them to be. Those technical questions, if you have issues with the learning management system, Moodle, for example, if you can't find the answer within your own group, then the help desk is really helpful. So there are many features available through technology. People might be able to use their phones, video links, doing what we're doing now, making communications, presenting, trying to make that personal connection as much as we can. And finally, I think we should kind of look at this as an opportunity. On a positive side, this is really about working together. There are going to be glitches and hiccups, but I think we can support each other. On the upside, it provides a wonderful opportunity for us to learn, to experiment, to explore, to take some risks, to improve the quality of our learning and teaching for the future. And these are all valuable skills. They may feel frightening at the moment, but adopting this kind of a caring and accommodating mindset, I think we can, with some realistic expectations for ourselves and for others, that these are important things to learn, whether it be in our face-to-face classrooms someday, soon I hope, or in any online learning situations. Dr. Power mentioned that he started this route communicating with his own students many years ago, and realized there's great potential here as well. So I just wanted to share that with you as a way to kind of frame our discussion going forward and frame how we are thinking about this term. We realize fully this is not normal. We're making the very best of the situation and hopefully develop a program that will be just as exciting and as beneficial as we do normally. So thanks for that. I just wanted to do that. We can answer some questions or ask some questions at the end, but I'm going to move on to Dr. Power, to Rob, and he can take us through a little bit about teams and the breakout.
Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, I'm going to actually go out on a bit of a limb here myself this morning now, too, with my demonstration. I found it hard yesterday when we were doing this with some of our returning students to demonstrate how to move back and forth between the breakout rooms while sharing my screen, because when I would move to a breakout room, it would cut me off in this main room and you wouldn't see my screen anymore. So I'm going to experiment here a bit now. I have actually got Teams open here in the Teams app, and I've got it open in a browser window as well. So I'm logged into this meeting twice, even though you're not seeing my name there twice. So hopefully that will work, and I can successfully share my screen and show you all of these steps before I set you loose to try and do it yourself. So I'm going to turn off my video feed and share my screen. So hopefully you are all now seeing my screen and you're seeing picture in picture in picture. You're seeing lots of little windows here. Okay. Don't want to make you dizzy with all of that. So what I want to show you now how to do is how to move back and forth between different meeting rooms in Teams. Some of you may have used other meeting software before, like Zoom or Adobe Connect or Blackboard Collaborate or something like that, where your instructor just clicks a button and you automatically go into breakout rooms. And unfortunately, we don't have that option here in Teams. We've sort of hijacked this software to turn it into a classroom space, and we are using something that is called channels. So I'm going to back out of here now. First of all, you should be seeing a screen that looks like this when you're logged in, where you have this sidebar over here. And this sidebar gives you options to go back into the main team space, and you should be able to get this toolbar down here that Robin was alluding to earlier. If you're not seeing this sidebar, then chances are you have simply logged into the meeting by clicking on a calendar invite, and it's logged you into the video portion of the meeting, but you're not actually into the Teams app. And if that ever happens to you in one of your classes, don't panic. Just hang up, leave the meeting, go back into Teams, find the calendar entry in your calendar area here, and click on join the meeting again. And hopefully that will get you in there. Never panic if you have to leave the meeting and log back in to get things working. It happens all the time to the best of us, to the most experienced of us. Your instructors know that they are going to need to be patient with you as well during this time. Before I demonstrate how to move to the different channels, a couple of little options down here in this toolbar that may be useful to you. You've already seen, Robin has mentioned how to bring up the participants list over here. You can click on this link to bring up the chat if you want to see that. Unfortunately, you can't have both up at the same time. You've got your camera and your mic options. There should be an option in the middle here for you to share your screen. You won't be able to share your screen while somebody else is, while I am right now, but this is what you would use if you want to present something during a class. And you click it again to stop sharing. These three little dots are where some useful tools are hidden away. If you need to adjust your audio settings, there were a couple of people had some mic issues, a couple of people are having sound issues with hearing. You can click on this show device settings here, and you can switch between your connected headset, the built-in one, switch your mic. You can adjust your volume. You can adjust your volume for your mic. All of this can be done under here. So it's a nice one-stop shop for sort of tweaking some of those settings. Sometimes you might be using a headset like I am, but your audio is not coming through properly, and you check under here and it says that your mic is actually using the one that's built into the computer. So you just need to switch that, and it should automatically switch it for you and adjust your volume. Which brings up another key point. I'd say that the crowd at Best Buy or at Staples are going to be swearing on me for this right now, but you should consider getting yourself a headset with a microphone built in for your classes. If you're using the microphone and the speakers that are built into your laptop, they tend to be too close together when you're in a meeting like this, and you end up with a big feedback loop. You end up getting sort of hollow, tinny sounding, distant sounding audio from your speaking because you're a bit further away from it and the mic is not as high quality. But if you're getting audio coming through from other students who haven't muted, your mic on your laptop tends to be so close to the speaker that it picks up the speaker and goes back through the mic and then back through your speaker and creates a bit of a feedback loop, and it creates a lot of background noise. So it's a good idea to get yourself a headset mic. Also, a headset mic is better at canceling out your background noise. So if you have screaming kids or barking dogs or things like that in the background, a headset mic is a good way to go for that. And it saves everyone else in your household from having to listen to me ramble on, or your other instructors or your other classmates ramble on, because it's only coming through your headset as opposed to your speakers. So I highly recommend it. And the reason why I say that the crowd at Best Buy or Staples might be swearing on me is that you can actually order these things from them for curbside pickup. And usually you can get it within a couple of hours. They'll send you an email back saying it's ready, and you can just drive up there and go pick it up. So you don't need to actually go into the store to get it, and you can get yourself a good headset over the weekend. If you are able to do that, I strongly recommend it. It's really worthwhile, especially if you're actually going to be doing any video assignments or anything like that and recording any video throughout the term. Really good idea to get one. Other options under here that you might want to know about. The background effects. If you have a really messy background, you don't want the rest of us to be seeing what your bedroom looks like or your little workspace. You can change your backgrounds here, make yourself look like you're on the beach, or I've seen some floating around make you look like you're sitting on the Emperor's throne in Star Wars, things like that. You can get all kinds of custom backgrounds there. Just keep them appropriate and don't go with something that's NSFW. You want to turn on live captions. If you click on this button right here, you'll see that live captions are now coming up on the bottom of my screen. You can get some closed captions built right in while you are watching this, and that is great if you have issues with hearing what's being said. And you can turn that off again if you want. And one more option that we just discovered yesterday, this is an awesome tool. If I'm presenting something on screen, it's not going to turn that off, but it will turn off everybody else's video. So if you're finding that you have bandwidth issues, you have a unstable internet connection or a slower speed, and you want to kill the amount of data that you're using, click on this. It will turn off the video camera feed for everybody else in the meeting, but it won't kick you out of the meeting. You'll still have the audio and still have all the other features. And it only turns it off on your end. It doesn't turn it off for everybody else. So that will save you on some bandwidth. Okay, back to the original demonstration, which was how to get to the different channels in Teams. You should be seeing these options on the side. If you click on your back button here, you click on Teams, it's going to bring you back into the Teams space for us. If it doesn't, if you're in a different space, just click on all teams, find your classroom. For us, we are in the Bachelor of Education orientation. And now you should be seeing what we call the stream, all the posts that are being made. You should see files up here. You should be in the general space. This is what we call a channel. The general channel is our main classroom. And you'll see that there's a little video icon here to say that we're in a meeting right now. There's an option down here that you can join the meeting if you're not already in it. You also see that we have got group 1, group 2, and group 3. Your different teachers may have these called something different. My classes, I think I've called them Team A, Team B, Team C. But you should be seeing some of these listed here. For some of your classes, your instructors may have you pre-assigned to some of these groups. In my case, I don't like pre-assigning. It's just a little bit more administrivia for me. So I will be giving you instructions on which one of these to go to shortly. Now I'm going to switch my windows here and go to my online version of this, my web browser version. By the way, if you are going to use the Teams Online to access these meetings, please use Google Chrome. If you try to use Safari or Firefox or IE or Opera or a browser other than Chrome, we discovered recently, myself and one of my colleagues from the department, that some of the options in Teams do not work when you're using a different browser. Like you cannot switch into a different meeting room, into a breakout room. It won't let you join 2 meeting rooms at the same time. So you want to use Chrome to get the full functionality of that. All right, so now you're seeing all of this craziness here right now because it's this is where I'm logged in the browser. Please ignore all of this insanity here. I'm going to go back into the Teams area so that it's not as annoying to you. And I'm going to click on, I'm just going to drag this down here to get it out of the way. You can move this little window that shows the meeting out of the way. I'm going to go into our orientation area here. And it's not showing me all of the channels. Oh well, some experiments work, some don't. I'll come back into Teams here and show you this. So you see group 1, group 2, group 3. For our purposes, and if I'm going to run a class where I ask you to go to a breakout room and I don't have you pre-assigned, I'm going to ask someone in the class, one particular person for each breakout room, to start the meeting there. Everyone else can join. So I'll go to group 1 when we start this. Patrick, can I ask you to handle group 2? And Robin, can I ask you to handle group 3? And myself, Patrick, and Robin will be the ones to take the first step. I'm going to go down here to this little icon that looks like a video camera that says Meet Now. When I click on that, it's going to open up a new meeting, and I'll click on the Meet Now, start that up. For the rest of you, when you come in here, you're going to see this icon show up after myself, Patrick, or Robin have started the meeting, and you can join that meeting space. Before you try to get here, though, to this space, do not hit this hang up button to leave the main classroom. Just click on your Teams over here and find your channel. And then join the meeting when you get in there. Once you're in your meeting space, you'll notice that there are 3 options up here for group 1, posts, files, and notes. If you click on files under group 1, group 2, or group 3, you're going to see that there is a PowerPoint presentation already uploaded here for each group. What I want you to do is for everybody, when you get in there, to open up this PowerPoint. You can all open it simultaneously because it's up here in Teams shared with everybody. You can all co-edit this. You can't co-edit the same slide at the same time, but you can all co-edit this document. So I want you all to find a blank slide, and I'll open up this one and show you what it looks like. Find a blank slide, add your name, add one interesting little fact about yourself, and add a question that you may still have. This will give you just some experience with opening and co-editing a document. It'll also give us a bunch of questions that we can compile over the weekend into an FAQ document and post for all of you, and hopefully answer any lingering questions that you may have. You can close this when you're done, and then I will ask you to come back into the main classroom. I backed out a little bit too far here. So to get to the main classroom, unfortunately, I can't demonstrate this at the moment here now. We'll all demonstrate that for you. Myself, Patrick, and Robin will when we get into the meeting spaces. But when you're in multiple meetings at once, you're going to see there's a little block up here you're seeing on my screen with Patrick's face. There'll be a little block show up in front of his face. If I'm here in the main room, it'll say meeting in team 1. And there'll be a play button on it. I can click that play button. It's going to put the main meeting on hold for me and move me over to that breakout room. If I'm in multiple breakout rooms, I'll see multiple blocks here. When I'm in the breakout room, that block here will say meeting in general room. I can click the play button and come back to the main classroom. And there'll be a hang up button if you want to leave that meeting altogether. So for now, we're just going to practice using those buttons to switch back and forth. We're going to practice opening up a PowerPoint document and co-editing it. Once you edit your slide and put your name on there, your quick little tidbit about yourself, and your quick little question, I want you to come back here to the main classroom. And if you're the first here, just be patient and wait for the rest of us to show up. So, any questions about how to do this, or is it all clear as mud?
So Rob, everyone can go in once they get into their meeting in the breakout room. They just go up and click file, open up that PowerPoint, choose a slide, and fill it out.
They can. Once you're in that meeting, you're going to be in a screen like this that shows everyone in the meeting. You'll still have to click on Teams again, get back, find the files block for your group, and open it up from there. So Patrick, Robin, we can guide them through that again once we get in there and guide them on how to move back and forth between the different breakout rooms in the main classroom.
Rob, you're going to have to stop sharing your screen first, though.
Yeah, and when I do join a different meeting room, it is going to stop sharing my screen. So I will stop sharing it now to avoid some confusion for you. And let's all give this a try. And if you are a STEM teacher, can you go to Team 1, Group 1? If you are an arts and humanities subject specialist, go to Team 2. And if you are primary elementary, go to Team 3. I know we're going to end up poor Robin is going to have more people in Team 3 again than the rest of us, but that will help manage the number of people in each one of the breakout rooms. So I will meet some of you in Group 1 now in just a moment.
I have a question. Is anybody there?
I'm here.
We're all kind of like fighting over the same text box. Is there a way to do this so it's not everyone writing on top of each other?
My suggestion probably would be to just go up to new slide or copy the slide.
Okay, sounds good.
Just do it that way.
All right, thanks.
You can actually see who is writing on which slide based on the initials in the top right corner of each slide.
We also did a little practice run of this last week, and I found that if we just turned on our microphone and said, I'm going to take slide 3 or I'm going to take slide 4, that way people might be able to hear which one you're working on.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, how are you?
Are you back in the main room now?
I am.
Okay, so I'm in a good place.
Yes. It looks like there's a few people back now, too. There's a couple still gone, but a lot are back.
So Megan, do you see everyone on the screen, or do you just see like the main page that if anyone's chatting now or whatever?
I see 4 kind of.
Oh yes, okay. Yeah,
main
same.
ones, and then I can see all the little ones at the bottom. But
Yeah.
if you click
Okay. Same
on,
page as us.
it looks like 2 little people. It says show participants.
Oh yes, okay, I see that.
That way you can see
Okay.
everyone at the side, and anyone who's listed as on hold, those are the ones who are still over in the other groups.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Just curious.
I'm sure this technology is allowing everybody to have such a steep learning curve.
Oh, for sure it is for everyone. Yeah.
It's better than it would have been 5 years ago. I'll tell you that much. We didn't have this level of technology available 5 years ago.
No, definitely. Teams just came out in the fall, and really, it's people are just kind of getting used to it. It's Zoom seems to have taken off with the video conferencing, but Microsoft is it's not perfectly aligned to classroom use, but it's got a lot of neat features.
It's
It does.
my best friend, Dr. Howard.
Say it again.
It's my new best friend.
Oh, really? Well, that's good. That's good to know. That's good to know.
I know the school boards in Nova Scotia are using the Google platforms for the most part.
They are, yes. They're aligned with the Google Apps, Google Classroom. Yeah.
Are we going to be touching any of that? Do you know, or?
Google Classroom?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. There will be there. We have a number of instructors, which I'm going to bring up, of course, that are closely aligned and in the practice community, people from school boards, retired folks that very closely still connected to the working environments for teachers, and they have access to those kinds of things. So there are opportunities to get you into Power School or Google Apps for education and things like that. Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Hello, everyone. I'm back. I don't know how many people are still over in the other classrooms. Patrick, Robin, are there anybody left in the other breakout rooms?
I think we have a couple people just finishing up in room 3. I've just been popping in a note just to check and see.
Okay.
I've been doing the same thing, but when I go in and ask, I said, "Is anyone having trouble?" I'm not sure if they're hearing me, Rob. I don't get. They're not responding to me anyway.
One thing I've just discovered, Patrick, is that if you're only seeing their initials on the bottom as little circles,
yeah,
then they are still in that breakout room, but it's on hold and they're back here in the main classroom.
What do you mean? The team is on hold?
No, they are on hold because they can be in both meetings at once. So you'll see their circle down there, but they can't hear you if they're back here in the main classroom.
Oh, that's what it is. I went in, I saw all the names, and no one was responding to me. Oh, okay. So is there any way to check for sure, see who is actually in the room?
I'm gonna pop over to the other rooms now. There's nobody left in 1, so I'll pop over to 2, and then I'll try 3.
Patrick?
Okay, I'm back. I don't think there's anybody left in any of the classrooms now, so we can mosey on along with our presentation. So that should give you an idea of how you could actually co-edit documents in the meeting spaces, how you can move back and forth between the meeting spaces. It's not exactly the most intuitive thing, but you'll get the hang of it over the course of the term. It'll become easier to do, and we'll be patient with you. You please be patient with us as we figure out how to make the most of this environment. So you should be seeing now that I have 3 blocks over here, meeting in group 1, the team 2 meeting, and the meeting in group 3. I've got little icons here. I can move back and forth between those 3 rooms or this main meeting room here because I've put them all on hold, and I can quickly switch back and forth between them. If I want to leave one of those meetings, I can just hit the hang up button here now. Now I'm no longer in those meetings. So I'd need to actually go back and join them. So don't hang up on one of those meetings unless you intend to. So now I can actually go back. Now that we're in the main classroom, I can find the files, the PowerPoint files for each of these breakout rooms. And you as students can actually open these as well too. You can share your screen and present these. So I might in class ask you to go over what your group worked on, and you can show us the files and walk us through them. And I'm not seeing any big questions in here right now from this group. Will all our classes take place on Microsoft Teams? That's a good question. That depends on your individual instructor. This is the platform we're recommending for our live meetings because we all have a subscription to it here at CBU, and it's easier for us to troubleshoot if we're all using the same platform. But some of your instructors may have some different plans, and you'll have to coordinate that with them. In my class, I'm going to set up, it'll probably be a Google Meet or Google Hangout room as a backup room. So if we run into a lot of technical difficulties, I can quickly send you a message over in Moodle and say, hey, let's go to the alternate classroom and we can meet there. If you're just working with your small groups, you can use whatever platform works for you. Any other questions in here? When did the student teaching? Okay, that is an admin question that Robin can answer later. How long are the placements? So again, some more admin type questions in there. When do those things start? How long do the placements last for? Whatever happened to my mic? It was working. So Janice was having some issues with her mic. Somebody else was having issues with the mic in one of the breakout rooms as well. It got knocked out on them when they switched to the breakout room. What you want to try, if that happens, is check your device settings here. Make sure that you're still on the same mic when you come in. Make sure you're seeing some volume here. If you're not, then something has knocked out your mic. The best thing that you can do altogether, hang up, leave the meetings, shut down Teams, restart, come back into Teams, rejoin the meeting, see if that works. Like they say on that British show, the IT, have you tried turning it off and on again? It usually does fix things. if you can, send us a quick text note in the chat box saying that you're going to log out and log back in because you're having audio issues. We'll be patient with you. Usually that solves 90% of the issues. If not, you're going to want to contact the IT support desk, and they should be able to help you through that and do some troubleshooting. Let's check on the PowerPoints from the other groups, just see if there's any more technical questions, and then I'll hand things off for Rob to go over some more of the course administrivia and some more of the general questions about the program. How are we going to be presenting the technology for students and showing the systems being used by each individual school board like Google Classroom? Okay. My course, 4108, Leveraging Technology for Education, we're going to go over a broad range of different technologies, Adam. And we are going to be looking at Google Classroom for 1 week in there too, so you'll have a chance to explore that. So that is one definite place that you can do that. I would suggest that some of your instructors for some of the other courses may have some assignments where you'll be able to leverage some of these tools of your choice for your in-class projects and presentations, and you'll be able to explore them that way too. But we do have a dedicated course where you look at that. Still having problems with technology. Hopefully we can sort you out. Generally confused about online courses, no specific questions. Well, Maggie, hopefully by the end of this term, it'll be a little less clear as mud for you. And you're not the only one who's in that boat. It is a learning process for all of us, especially since you didn't essentially ask to join an online program when you initially enrolled. We're kind of forced into this. We are going to figure this out together. We're not going to leave you drowning in the mud. We're going to make the mud clear up for you, and hopefully you'll be in a better position by the end of the term. Mainly just a question on how to work Moodle in general. Well, Stephen, maybe you could grab the mic in a second and let us know what specific question you might have about how to work in Moodle, because there's lots of different ins and outs of that. It's a whole big system, and can't really give a 2-second sum up of it. Okay, Cortland, this looks like an admin question. How will Moodle be different throughout this program now that we are online? Again, Brian, that depends on your individual instructors in your individual course. I have been working with all of the instructors in the department, as well as our contract instructors, our course by course instructors, for the past few weeks since we got the green light. And I've been giving them some pointers and some tips, helping them with some technical things, trying to make sure that we're all on the same page in terms of some of the bigger issue items. You may have a slightly different look and feel to each of your courses, but we're going to try and streamline things as much as possible for you. My general rule in my courses with Moodle or whatever LMS I'm using is that it wouldn't look different if we had a face-to-face classroom or if you were online. It's just our live meeting time space would be different. It'd either be a physical classroom or here in Teams. But some other instructors may not operate that way or might not be comfortable doing it that way, especially if they're not used to teaching in an online environment. But we're working with everybody to try and make this as smooth as possible and to make what you see when you log into your Moodle class as straightforward and as intuitive as possible for you. So again, getting any more specific than that is a little bit difficult to answer at this point. All I can say is that as you progress through this program, I would venture to guess that your individual instructors are going to start getting more and more comfortable using Moodle, especially those who haven't used it much before. And you may see things look a little more streamlined as we progress through this term and as we get from term to term. Whether we're back on campus or not, you're going to see Moodle looking a little bit more streamlined for your courses. Can the whole team present at once to the main group? Only one individual can present at a time here in Teams, but one person can control the PowerPoint slides and everybody else can grab the mic and present back to the whole group. And I think that's it for, no, I think that's it for the techie questions. So if anybody has any other techie questions that they want to run by me before I hand things back off to Robin.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, to keep using the same phrase, I guess it is all clear as mud for everybody now. Okay. Well, Robin, I'm going to hand things back off over to you. And thank you, everyone, for this. Hopefully, things are a little bit clearer on how to navigate in here and do some of the basics. We'll all be experts. All of us will be experts at this by the end of this term.
Thank you very much, Rob. Really appreciate you doing this again.
All right. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. So I just have a couple little administrative things to go over. We have been talking a little bit about Moodle, and I just wanted to remind you that we do have set up a general information Moodle for everybody starting the BED. So this will be a space where we'll be able to have some important information that we'll have through the course of the program. So right now, if you've been on there so far, you can see some little one-pagers that we've added that talk a little bit about some of the services that are being offered right now. So even though you don't have access to on-campus services, they have all moved to a remote format and they are still available for you. So some of the things that I'm just going to mention that you do still have access to as a CBU student, academic success coaching. So if you're interested in getting some more advice on, how to manage your time, how to manage if you're dealing with stress within your courses and things like that, the academic success coaching team is still available to make appointments with you through email and to meet with you online. And that information will live in that space for you to access it. Also, the Jennifer Keeping Center, so a center for students who need some accommodations made within their classes or some adaptations. The center is there to be able to support you in your studies. So there's information on how you can access those services online still as well, and a little bit more about exactly what the Jennifer Keeping Center is and how they can support you in your studies. Also, the Writing Center is available as well to meet with you. You can set up appointments online through email, and they can help you, with any type of writing assignment that you may have. The Max Bell Health Center, they are also offering remote services right now. You can give them a call. They've extended their services as well. So you still have access to talk to a doctor if you need to. There are counseling services that are available through the Max Bell Health Center that are also going through online. And they also have on that Moodle in their one-pager, there's a couple other resources as well that you can tap into for some help with some things that you may not be able to get through the website. So a couple other options for resources that you can access there. Also, as a couple folks have already mentioned too, the help desk is there to be able to offer any kind of technical support that you may require. So the IT services, if you're having trouble logging into your accounts or you're having trouble downloading something in terms of the Office suite, help desk at cbu.ca, they're there to help you with any of those tech issues. And also in the Moodle, I will be making visible a section on exactly how to get those quick links on how to access some of those library services and resources that that Kathy had mentioned earlier. There are a lot of really excellent resources on that website. There's a site specifically for education resources and accessing curriculum documents. And right on that education site, you can book an appointment with Kathy right through that space as well, and she can help you if you have any questions relating to any research. So all of those services and the information on how to access them, that will all be housed in that Moodle space for you there. And if you have any questions about any of that, feel free to contact me and I can try to guide you in the right direction. So a couple other housekeeping things, and I'll try to get to some of those questions that were there. In terms of the criminal record checks and the child abuse registry checks, so we've had a lot of questions about those. Typically, they would be handed in around this time. Those need to be collected before you're able to participate in any kind of classroom observation or in your practicum. So we will need to get those before that starts. I understand right now that these services are on hold due to COVID-19 regulations and in-person services. So the child abuse registry check for anybody that is currently living in Nova Scotia, that can be completed. So the email that you received with that form, you can fill out that form, you can send that off, and they will do the search for you and they'll send it to you at home. What I'm asking now is if you can please just hang on to those for now. And when we join back together on campus, whenever that will be, I will collect those then. So you don't need to send those off to me right now, just hang on to them. For my folks that are joining us from outside of the province, you can't have this particular search done until you actually have a Nova Scotia address. So just keep that in mind. With the criminal record checks, again, so they are closed to in-person services right now, I know for sure locally in Cape Breton. If you are from out of province, or if you're not from the Cape Breton area, what I would suggest to you is to phone your local police department and explain that you need this in order to be able to participate in a teaching practicum in your Bachelor of Education program. And
excuse me, Megan. Just to let you know, I had mine done just a couple of weeks before all of this took place. I went to the police station, and the RCMP at least require you to have a letter from your employer. So I think you're going to need to have a letter for the students so that when they go to the police station, they provide the letter and why they're requesting a criminal background check.
Okay, perfect.
That's what I had to go through just recently. I usually have mine done regularly where I work in Waumetcook School. They require me to have the criminal background check and the child abuse registry check as well, and they have to be current. So right. I had to get mine done like in the spring, and or before all of this happened, I had mine done. So just to let you know that they're going to need a letter from probably CBU saying that CBU is requesting this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we can provide that. So the other thing too, if you are going to initiate the request for the criminal record check, make sure that it includes a vulnerable sector check as well. And this is just a reminder, all of this information you would have received previously in an email, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on where things kind of stand since these services are delayed right now. But if you can give a call to your local station and explain the situation, tell them that we can provide a letter from the university to explain the need, that might be able to get things rolling a little bit quicker. For my folks who are joining us from the Cape Breton area, I have been in contact with our local police station and am working on being able to initiate this request for you on your behalf. So I will be sending out an email, and anybody who lives within the Cape Breton area and would like for me to try to facilitate that search to be done can let me know. But again, an email will follow with directions on that. So other than that, I've had a lot of questions coming in about transcripts. So anybody that's joining from another university, there's been a couple people asking about, delays in being able to get transcripts and final marks being delayed to be posted as well. So just keep in mind that your offer of admission to the program is conditional upon receipt of your final transcript. So we do understand that there may be a delay in being able to get those to us. But what we would like you to do is to approach the institution where you are graduating from. So if you're finishing up a degree at another university, ask them, like make a request for a letter of completion. So this is something that they can facilitate in order to say that, yes, this person has completed all the prerequisites and that they need in order to be able to complete their degree. And that letter of completion we will be able to hold for now until we receive your final transcripts when they're available. And again, I will send a follow-up email with that information too. Other than that, so I know folks have been ordering their textbooks. You can go to that CBU website online, the bookstore website that I sent along. And I do know as well that they are experiencing just some delays due to some shipping issues. If you have questions about particular textbooks and when they'll be in stock or when you should be receiving them, if you've ordered from the bookstore, I suggest that you contact them directly because they will have the most up-to-date information to give you on the status of your order. In terms of the flow of the program, so you would have talked a little bit about this in your interview. So you typically, the way that the program would flow, you'd have your first term that would run from May until July, and then you would have a little break and come back in September. During that time, usually we would be able to be in a school and be able to have a week's worth of observation before you jump into your full practicum in the winter term. So some people were asking, how long is the practicum? Typically in the program, the practicum is an 18-week experience where you would work in 2 different placements within schools to give you a chance to get a look at a couple different grade levels depending on your specialty. So obviously, planning for the practicum experience is a little bit different right now. We're not quite sure where things will stand in terms of schools in September. But we are working to figure out how that will look and be able to offer that. So when we have more information on when we will be able to get in and do observation and start the practicum, we will communicate that to you. So typically what would happen, you would get a couple forms which would give you a chance to request a few particular schools if there were some that you were interested in working at. And all of those requests I would take in and I would give them to the local school boards or the RCEs or the places that you're requesting to do your practicum experience. We ask that you do not contact schools directly to set up placements. That's all done through myself in consultation with the schools themselves, the RCEs and the school boards and the First Nations school boards. So please make sure that you leave that part up to us. Also, once a placement is made, just to give you a little bit of an idea, there's a lot of work that goes into securing these placements. So once they're made, that decision is final, so they can't be changed once they're made. But again, more information will come on exactly when the practicum will begin. Typically, it usually runs from December until the end of April. Also, so everybody should be at this point registered in their classes. We do begin on Monday, and most of you will have had contact from your instructors by now. If you have not, I suggest that you reach out to them directly to touch base on expectations for that first class. Other than that, I think that is it for me. If there's anybody that has any questions, I'm just taking a look here in the chat. Yeah, so CBU students don't need to request their final transcripts. If you have completed courses at any institution, so let's say that you did a CBU degree, but you took a couple courses somewhere else as well, you have to send in all your transcripts to us from all of the courses that you have taken at different institutions. So even if they don't count towards your teachable or whatever it is, we still need all of the transcripts from any institution that you have attended. Is there anyone that has any particular questions relating to any of some of this administrative stuff? If there's anybody as well that hasn't joined into the Moodle, make sure that you do that. Like I say, there's going to be more information posted there as it becomes available, and that will be kind of a good home base for everybody to go to check. So a lot of the forms that we'll be dealing with from throughout the year, all of those things will live there. So it'll be a communal space for a lot of those documents.
Okay, well, the floor is open. If anyone has any final questions or anything that they would like to ask. Okay, I see some people in the chat there. Okay, Adam, that's great. We can follow up on that. Okay, not hearing any, and of course, this is not your only opportunity. As Robin has so expertly outlined, there's just a great resource on Moodle and all different ways to get in contact with any of your instructors, and any of us here will certainly help you out with getting the responses to any questions that you may have. So we're coming up on the top of the hour. It's just 2 hours, so right on time. And I'd like to thank you all and to welcome you all. It is a wonderful day, and we go live on Monday. We'll be meeting with all of our instructors online this afternoon to finish up our regular online learning sessions we've been having. So we're super excited, and congratulations to you all for being invited into the program and being accepted into the program. So we're really, really happy to have you. And then just finish by saying those key ideas of a flexible mindset and being kind to yourself and being patient, have those realistic expectations, keeping the lines of communication open, getting yourself organized as best you can for what's going to be a very different learning experience. But we'll look at it as an opportunity to learn from each other and have some great skills that we normally probably wouldn't get to this depth in online learning and a normal BED, but we should be well prepared by the end of this program. So thank you to everyone for coming out. A really nice turnout, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. If there's nothing else, we can sign off.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Thanks to everyone. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
See you online next week. Great. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
See you. Bye-bye.